guys, here's Madam OK, and today we will have another great project to work on together. So what we will need the watercolor paper, we will need some, of course, watercolors, brushes, water, and believe me or not, masking tape, so that you can secure nicely the paper to the surface on which we will be later painting. The first step is, of course, to draw. So my pencil, just in case eraser on the side, and our image will be the exotic landscape. So I think we will include a couple of one or two of the palm trees, and let's start. So I always like to start with horizon line, and my horizon line, let's see, maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, now from there I want to have a nice beach here. So what I will do, I want to have a little bit of the land here with couple maybe of hills like this, and then I want to bring this beautiful beach here. So you see it will go around like this here. Okay, so on the bottom, this part I would like to either push it further or finish it here. I think for the composition reason would be better to keep this line of the beach of the sand here. So you see, nice diagonal line. From there I probably want to have my palm tree here, and I'm still thinking about this part here. What I want to have here, I can have simply another part of hills, mountains, but maybe I just leave it the way it is. If I want to have a sky, I probably will have a couple of clouds here, you see, and I can still decide if I will keep them or not. So mountains are here, or hills. Water will be beautiful water that will change the colors here, and I definitely need my palm tree. And I place the palm tree not perfectly straight vertically. I will move it slightly on the side. And for the composition reason, it's better when the tree will move towards the right side. So again, very strong here, trunk here, and then from there we have to think about those dead ends of the leaves. You see, they will come like this here. Okay, we will have some lines here, so depends where we are standing. If we are below, of course, those lines will on the trunk will come this way here, and now we can create those leaves, and those leaves we can even place later on, because remember, that's a green color. So when you will have a blue color here, pink and blue as well on the sky, that will be no problem to make dark leaves here. I just indicate them here when they are, and notice how I draw them. I draw them in a very simple way. First I start with a big vein in the center, and then I can even, like you see, create those uneven lines coming this way here. But this we will do later on, and maybe we will put another tree here. I don't know yet. So we can also, for the composition reason, probably we will have a shadow coming here later on. Okay, so this section will be definitely darker. So let us start with the first layer, and I think I want to have a little bit of the pink here in the back. I want to use my lovely a little bit, like I call it, raspberry color, and I will try how it looks like here on this side, so you can see it very much what I'm doing here, and I will place it here, just a very small amount of it here on the bottom part, touching my horizon line. So just a little bit, and I decide, okay, so what's there? Oh, that's the leaf. Okay, I can't get mixed up. See, sometimes it happens. It is happening to me. So very good. If I want to move the color, I certainly can do it by just adding some water, nothing else. So you see, I'm not worried about my leaves, because those leaves easily will turn into the green when I apply some green paint on the tops. This color is very weak right now. Okay, I think I want to use also some of my yellow. This yellow is very contaminated. Ooh. So you see a little bit of it here. That's right. So we will make those happy, or not make, we'll apply those happy colors. I have to be on the careful that when I will apply latent blue on in the section, I have to make sure that the section will not turn into the green section. So, and why is it? Well, very easily. We are using right now yellow color, and when you put some blue color, then blue and yellow can give us the which color? Of course, green. I will move towards the or the purple color. And I decided for it because my blue is very, very cool, and I want to leave it more for the water. So you see here, I'm going with my beautiful purplish color, and I will do it very, very, very fast. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going here. I always use the paper towel. I like to use paper towel because it allows me to control more the amount or intensity of the color. Also, when I make a boo-boo, which I like to call boo-boos, that means I apply the color, not the right color, or the color is a little bit too strong, then with the paper towel I can easily remove everything, or almost everything. So you see, I still will darken a little bit my sky. Okay, and then remember, there are the mountains here. So the sky is there, and if it will be necessary, I just apply, a little bit of orange here. So you see, just to help it to look even better. I think orange would be a good addition here. Remember, the leaves are still coming here, so we don't really know how the distribution of colors has to look perfectly there. So you see, somehow we have this lighter color, actually white here, and I want to keep it this way. Now by the water I need to have another color, so I'm going with some of this beautiful yellow here on the bottom, very, very intense. And you know, I'm going with the flow. I have certain idea about what I want to paint, but depending on what is happening with my painting, then I adjust everything. Now I'm looking at the sand, and I don't want to have the sand to be like really just pure yellow, so maybe I will go with some of this yellow and tiny bit of orange, right? I don't have a big choice of variety of my colors, so I have to rely on that what I have. And that will be okay. To notice how strong this orange is, but this orange will also change with yellow color once I apply more water. See, and I'm not worried about the trunk of the tree because it will become brownish grayish color. So this definitely will be a darker combination. So even though I will have some colors on the top of my trunk, I still will be able to achieve the color that I want by applying paint on the trunk. So you see, different combination of the colors. That's what we want to have. So it's not just one color. I'm really paying attention to have my orange here, especially in the front, to make it a little bit more intense. While going back into the space, my colors don't need to be so intense. Remember, because we don't want to push too much of our attention over there. I mean, yes, we do, but if we want to create the depth of space, we certainly make sure that this part is more, I would say, visible. Okay. See, this is good. Now we can go a little bit more towards the back, and again, see, indication of our sand here. It's a nice beach. Okay. So now we have to get this nice combination, I mean the transition here of the colors. I will go here like this, and I was in the second think about the shadow. So this should look good, you see? Good. A little bit maybe more here. I really love to paint. There's something about painting it. Calms you down, helps you to relax, helps you to put your thoughts together and just have a better day. Good. Right. So you see, you have lots of colors. Now I want to come with my cool, maybe I'll go to the mountains in the back, or hills. I have a little bit of it, you can see it here, brown color. And with this brown color, I will go into this section here. And then I can apply some green on the top. But right now it's just the brown, okay? Very simple, very simple. There could be even a little bit of red in it, but I can do it late. I can add this addition of red later on. Right now is just indication that something is in the back, something different than just the beautiful beach that we have here in the front. So you see, like this. I can also bring some patches of my, or dab my paper towel on top of the wet painting, so this way I'm more in control of what's going on there. And it also the picture of this image should be not really sharp, see, like this. Good. From there, I think I want to add a little bit of green here as well. See, because there should be a beautiful vegetation. It's not just one color. Again, I'm switching my paper towel. I really create like a spot on it. See, going and make sure that when I apply, when I dab the surface, I'm really mixing the colors together. Right? It's not just one. So you see this a little bit stronger. That's okay. I want to have it for now and somehow indicate, like you see here, that the colors mix together naturally. I can also try to do it with some water, see? So it's not just one color there, and that's what I want to achieve. Good. See, like this. Very good. Now, if I need to put more green later on the top, to create kind of bushes, trees, I certainly can do it. A little bit more of the color here on the bottom, just in this section, and then you see I still want to have the differentiated color here on the bottom, indicating that this is my sand. See, so this color here, that should be good. A little bit more yellow here, just a tiny bit. So we always I call it go with the flow. We decide why painting, if certain changes have to be brought or maybe not. See, but you can't just decide from the beginning how your painting will look like at the end. That's impossible. That's impossible. And every artist will tell you that. Good, so we have those colors now here. So I will start with very light color. And I'll go, believe me or not, with a little bit of my beautiful purple here. And then I will go with cool blue going back. So notice I use the same brush. Maybe I should get a bigger brush, or wider, I would say. So now I'm moving towards my really dark blue. And that is not really dark as such. It depends how much of it I apply, in which what kind of mixture do I get, how much water in ratio to my paint, right? Because the paint is a pigment that comes, okay? So you see, I try to apply horizontal lines, very important, because I want to show that the water is, see, I still go here around like this, and then right away at my horizontal lines, because I want to show that the mirror, I call it, or the top of my water is flat, because it is flat, right? Good. See, very carefully, and then I really want to move everything towards my trunk of the tree. See, and I want to leave some of the white parts of the paper exposed. I don't want that everything will be covered with the paint. Instead, I can come, like you see, with some other colors inside of my blue to create nice transition. Notice what I do now. This part I will not touch, but here, however, I will come with some purple, and I create zigzag line. And I do it so that I will be able this way represent that this is quite a vast, deep, wide space. So you see, that looks quite nice. Okay, and definitely in the back, the colors become lighter. Okay, like this. See, do you see, even in the water, we want to see those different colors. Now let me try to apply a little bit of red into the water. So I strengthen my purple, and I make this purple looking different, and that's what you want to have, right? Remember, when we mix red and blue, we get purplish color. So since I have the purple here already, but I have one kind, I can variate it, the purple, by using my red. Now what I want to have, I want to work on my tree now. So for the tree, I need some colors that will give me the nice trunk. And I mix my black, like you can see it here, here brown and black. I mix those two together because I want to have a darker very cool. This is a warm brown. I want to make it cooler. So black will help me with it. Now, since we want to have a shadows coming here, I will go, like you see, on this, a little bit darker on this side here. And I'm not completely covering the whole trunk. See, a little bit careful. I can always darken it here. There will be no problem. See, and then I can spread some of the paint here. I also want to make sure that some of those sections will be lighter. So you see, not really very heavy. So we apply the initial color, and now we are coming here. I have to make sure that my papers are really clean in the section that I'm touching my paint, you see, so it's lighter. And that's good, that's what I want to have. And I don't want to have the sides really even. I want to have them a little bit, wait a second, a little bit jigsawed, I call them. Like you see, like this. And I'm bringing now to this cool color a little bit of warm color, which will be my brown. Burnt umber, it's called burnt umber when it's a warm brown. You see, and then I'm going with it here. And I'm slightly rounding at the bottom, because when you touch the trunk, you really can feel that it's rounded, right? So we want to bring this effect as well. Okay, I'm going here. I probably will bring some blue in it. You see, I'm considering what I can do to bring some light on this side here, a little bit darker on the other one, without making just one even color. So you see, using side of my brush, I'm creating now the lines, like half of an ellipse, quarter of an ellipse going around. So you see, and that should look okay. See, a little bit more here, still a little bit more here, like this, going here on this side, you see, like this. That's not bad, right? Now, let's see what will happen when I bring some blue into it. I'm always curious, I always like to try new things. So, you see a little bit of blue. Oh, you see how much it helps? It does make the image looking more interesting. Remember, we are colorists. We use watercolors, so that means we don't rely just on one color. So we can help ourselves to make the image more interesting, not only by creating shapes the way we want them, right? But you see what's happening here? It gives more volume, so that means makes that tree looking like 3D object, right? That creates the illusion, and that's as an artist you want to have, right? Like you see here, just going on one side darker, this one leaving lighter, which doesn't mean that it's just wider. Absolutely not. You see, I'm moving from here the paint still a little bit more, right? And I'm creating this uneven effect. Good. So from there, my intention now is to move to the this section. Let's see, I start with the brown, and I want to create here dead leaves, because the palm trees have this section where they have like endings of the leaves that are already dry, just the endings, right? They fall down and someone cut them off, right? And then I want to have, so you see those are here. I can even apply a little bit of another color inside here, right? To make them, you see that they don't look evenly. Maybe this blue, no, the blue will be okay. So like this, and then we will start working with the leaves. So for the leaves, I want to go first with yellow, and maybe I will switch now to another brush, the pointed one. So for the leaves, I want to get my yellow, and I want to create, I call them the veins of my leaves. So you see, it will be another vein here. I want to have another vein here, another vein. So let me see, I also, since I'm here, I'm looking for the color here. It's not just one. I want to think about which color will go nicely here as a shadow. And I want to have a nice contrast. So I certainly will do something like you see here, like this. And then I can look also for a little bit of brown, or maybe even blue later on, you see, on the ground as a shadow. So I'm doing it right away, because as long as the colors are light, I can change them and darken and decide how the shadow will look like, right? You see, so we'll have this shadow coming here. I like it like this. Now I'm coming back to my leaves, and what I want to do now, I want to use my green paint. So look what will happen now. Need a bit more, and now, see, notice how I create the palm tree leaves. I'm simply following, like you see, I'm going to this vein that we created, and now press it a little bit more brush and then pull it up. So you see, then you get this effect. See, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, okay? Now, I think that you can mix a little bit of yellow first with the green, and I want to come back here, you see, and then I'm looking for the other side. So on the other side, we don't see many of those separate strains. So you see, it's mostly is this side here. Good. So now I want to also try my other green and see how this one will work. You see, so it's really stronger, and I can bring it, and that's different. That's just more of the very bright phthalo green. But I don't know how to, oh my goodness, look at this, what I've done with my yellow. I have to clean it up. Okay, so I'm going to my other leaf, and I will place it again the same way, you see. Pressing it a little bit more on the next to the vein, and then getting lighter. You see, pressing, 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 and then lifting it up, okay? So I have to have a little bit more of it here. Now I will add some other colors, but right now I'm still want to work on my a variety of greens here. So you see, now I can start thinking about maybe another one here. I'm just thinking this will be maybe on the, this is a boring section, so certainly we want to have maybe another one coming here. You see, like this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You see? That looks good. Now I'm using my crazy green, phthalo green, the one on the bottom, and I bring a little bit more of it in some sections, not everywhere. Notice I'm not going everywhere with it. Then, and I will show you how I introduce now red to those leaves. Okay, so you see it's quite rich. Wow, 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 that looks good. You see, I can improvise a little bit now, here a little bit more, and now I will bring some blue. You see, because I need to cool down the colors in some sections, and that will be good. You see, like this, and the dots can be okay. Like you see, nobody will be bothered with them, right? Like you see, like this. Now from there, I want to have some. Which color I have? Red. Okay, so I use this red. I have to make sure that my brush is clean, because otherwise I get the color that I did not intend to get. Okay, and now in some of those places, you see, for the contrast, you see how good it looks? Just a couple of dots of red, and you can always mix it when you don't like it, right? So you see what is happening, it looks richer, looks beautiful. See, even here, some of those leaves will turn towards the brownish color, so adding some red here and there will help to bring this effect, okay? So you see, I apply quite a bit here, but that's okay. I just move it easily. You see, like this and there. Okay, so this color works well there where we applied it. You see, maybe a little bit of green here. So the red adds something to our painting. Now, what do you think? Maybe we just add it here. We just don't want to use everywhere the same. Okay, so a little bit of it here, and I think we still can go with some darker green here, and then in this color here. So you see, this works well. I will apply a little bit of the color here like this. So we have there in the back, you see, there's almost nothing to be seen. So maybe just to straighten certain parts, I will just add a little bit of the brown color, just a little bit there. See, not very much. I want to move it, but I think for the contrast, it would be nice to have it. So you see, dabbing the paper again, dabbing the paper, and then moving the paint, now with some water. You see, that bringing some shape in the back here, right? So you see, this way I created a better contrast. Now, I'm also looking here, this, I don't like what's happening there, so I will think about bringing some blue there, maybe not. Strengthening some parts. Now I'm just putting those last touches to make my painting looking better, more interesting, so you see. And then, if you believe me or not, I bring some of this orange color here, because I think it will help my painting, especially the contrast between the water, which is blue, and my and my paintings. Those will be those crazy dry leaves here, okay, like this, and then I can still come with maybe one on another leaf here. And I'm quite happy with that, what is happening now. You see, I have all those beautiful leaves now, beautiful palm tree, and I think I can get a little bit of more of the purple here on the side, you see, to make the shadow a little bit stronger. And then I like what is happening on the sand. However, I think that I can get a little bit more of the purple here in this section next to the water, you see, just a little bit. This way I will get a nice contrast between the water and my sand. Right, so you see then here I'm strengthening a little bit more. See, really making this effect of the sun, what I'm talking about, sand, right here. See, still a little bit stronger here, because I think I can now. You see, just in this section underneath here. And look how nice our painting looks like. So I hope you had lots of fun with me painting it. Try to do it now on your own. If you want to, if you will follow the steps, remember, the most important is that you don't need to do it exactly how I've done it, okay? Also, you can pause the video and catch up to the stage I have developed the painting, and then again another step, another. Try to put coconuts. I have forgotten, so you can do it. And again, maybe the boat would be there, maybe a sunrise or sunset. So think about those things and just be courageous. Don't forget about the masking tape, because I will show you what will happen. Actually, the painting is wet, so it's still, the paint can bleed it, but I wanted to show you, you see how nice edge we can get here by simply removing now the tape. See, that will look so good. See, look at this. Okay, you just beautiful edge. But anyway, have a good day, work on the same project, have fun, and see you next time. Bye.